8 years. 8 long years without Olympic gold. For most athletes, that kind of gap can quietly end a legacy. For some, it becomes a question mark. For others, it becomes the beginning of doubt. Right now, at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan-Cortina, Italy, the world is watching something bigger than snow and medals. The United States is witnessing redemption. Her name is Mikaela Shiffrin, one of America's most decorated alpine skiers. A name that once dominated headlines. A champion who had already tasted Olympic glory. But after her last gold medal, the years that followed were not easy. There were injuries. There were tough finishes. There were races where she came so close, yet fell short. And there were critics asking the dangerous question: is her time over? Imagine carrying the expectations of an entire country. Millions watching. Every mistake replayed. Every loss analyzed. 8 years without Olympic gold. That's almost a decade of pressure building like a storm. Then came the women's slalom final. Cold air. Sharp turns. No room for hesitation. One mistake, and the medal disappears. One perfect run, and history changes. She pushed off. The crowd held their breath. Edges cutting into ice. Speed building. Gates flying past in a blur. And then, she crossed the finish line. First place. Gold. After 8 years, Mikaela Shiffrin stood on top of the Olympic podium again. Not just as a skier, not just as an athlete, but as a symbol of resilience. This wasn't luck. This was persistence. This was every early morning training session. Every fall in the snow. Every moment of doubt turned into determination. And it wasn't only her. Team USA is showing strength across the games. The men's ice hockey team is pushing deep into competition, reigniting fierce rivalries, and giving fans edge-of-the-seat drama. American snowboarders are landing podium finishes in slopestyle, proving the next generation is fearless. Across skiing, hockey, and snowboarding, the United States is fighting for every medal. The medal table keeps shifting. The competition is intense, and Americans are glued to their screens. But let's be honest for a second. 8 years without gold. That's like sending, "Hey, smiling face with smiling eyes" to your crush, and waiting 8 years for a reply. Then suddenly, boom, gold. Meanwhile, some of us slip on wet bathroom tiles and immediately retire from all sports forever. And here she is, racing down icy mountains at full speed like it's just another Tuesday. That's the difference between excuses and greatness. This story is trending across the United States, not just because of medals. It's trending because people see themselves in it. Setbacks, delays, doubt, and then comeback. The 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan-Cortina isn't just about competition. It's about proving that time doesn't erase greatness. Sometimes it refines it. Sometimes it strengthens it. Sometimes it prepares you for a moment so powerful. It silences every critic. When Mikaela Shiffrin stood on that podium, gold around her neck, tears in her eyes, it wasn't just a victory. It was a reminder. Your comeback can be stronger than your setback. Your delay is not your denial. And sometimes, 8 years later, you return not just to compete, but to conquer. This is voice and verse storytelling. And this is what resilience looks like in the snow.